we have our work lined up for us. Take care of some more sworn business. First, I'd like to help the townspeople here get rid of their blood plague problem. Apparently some Jotun moved into a nearby cave. If you're wondering what those are, we'll see here after a while. But they moved in there and chased all the boggarts out, and they happen to be the infected kind. And they're running around giving everybody the blood plague because they're pissed because they lost their cave. I guess that's pretty much it. We'll try to take care of that. Also, when we came across those bandits who had, of course, killed somebody in the road and were looting their stuff, we found some plague shield, and that's what the town healer is looking for. So we'll go collect some more of that. And the guy who they robbed was apparently a brother from a nearby monastery or missionary or whatever. He had some beads on him.
The sand bent just as well. The plants gave way. The beasts have fled. Even stone must give way to my love. For Dara is grander than this lake I craft. This block beside this hill. For her, a century's task seems effortless.
Huh. I don't know about you guys, but to me, sometimes these lore stones make no sense at all, and then later on, sometimes they'll become clear. You'll run into some fae or run into some people and hear a story going on in the land, and then you realize this story has replayed itself who knows how many times. I knocked him on his ass. Nice. Yeah, those are the infected boggarts, little shits. They're aggressive too. And they'll give you the blood plague just as well. Then you gotta go visit the healer and walk out shamefaced because you picked up an STD. Yep. Wonder who lives in this cottage way over here, away from the rest of the village. Luminitsa.
So Brother Fallon is dead? And I thought things were bad as they could get. This means Astrid will run out of plague shields sooner or later. I'm able to supply it. The village has not always been kind to me, but never mind that. This will be my olive branch. It's not witchcraft like the townsfolk believe. It's simply reading the threads of fate, and some people can't come to terms with it. So, you know that louse, do you? I've known him for quite some time now, before fate weaving was dreary business. Good old Agarth. He warned me what too much truth can do. I wish I'd listened closer. So long.
Cool, another fate weaver. If I can't get a hold of Agarth, I can come to this lady here if I need to respec my points. Another thing is that the Fate Weavers are supposed to be able to see the threads of fate and basically tell you when you're going to die. Essentially what that boils down to, right? When am I going to die? How long do I have to live? They can't tell you much more than that as far as what you're going to do in life. All the other variables are just that, but essentially they can tell you when you're going to pass, except for our character, who essentially has no thread. We basically can rearrange and readjust and weave everybody else's or something. Anyway, but there's a Fate Weaver who we'll see eventually if we ever manage to get to the Gardens of Issa. And she essentially does the same thing. You can respec your points and do all that stuff, but what Fae would have as far as an interest goes in reading the tapestry for mortals, I don't know that it applies the same to the Fae. But seeing as there is one, then that kind of, I don't know, makes it interesting. Anyway, well, we'll see. We'll meet her eventually when we get there. And here's the town prison. Looks like there's a lore stone over there. I kind of want to try to collect all of these. I don't remember what the bonus you get from these are, but I remember wanting these for some reason. Doesn't really matter. It's just little passives that kind of stack up after a while. Extra health, extra armor, extra damage, you know, stuff like that. Poor bear just napping near the lore stone.
This jewel for Dara's crown that I did not notice when winter took her from the summer wood. Never to be Dara anymore. The work of love has made my love futile, and so I leave it to the wild. I commit myself to Ashara. I cannot love again.
I'm not even going to attempt to interpret that lore stone. Something about a fae going from the summer to the winter court, though. See, I mean, the whole idea of basically fate determining the cycle of things. Things are going to replay themselves up to a certain point to where things change and all things come to an end just to start over again. There's got to be something of an apocalypse with no end, there are no beginnings type of theory there. But I think part of the change which brings an end to everything is also part of that same pattern of fate. Just because it's a much longer cycle made up of smaller cycles. The Fae think they're the be-all, end-all, the immortal, and so on and so forth, and look down on everyone else. And true enough, their lifespans are much longer, essentially, because they basically keep reliving their lives. That must get awfully dull after a while. I guess all that storytelling they do and stuff like that is just to make up for boredom, right? But even their patterns coming to an end might be part of a much bigger pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all arrogant and they're the shit, and they're basically, like everyone else, stuck in the same cycle. It might be a longer one, a much bigger one made up of smaller ones, but still, it's the same thing. It all ends the same. All things come to an end. There's the big apocalypse, blah, 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 and then everything just kind of starts over. Raise up a bunch more arrogant bastards to think that they're the absolute shit for eternity type of thing until that eternity comes to a close, and then you just start the cycle again, right? Take that. Got to take advantage of our built-up fate every once in a while. That's a lot of fun, just going ham on everybody. Really like some green or even blue great swords. That'd be awesome. Although I'll tell you what, the pattern they modeled this particular greatsword after, I like it. It reminds me a bit of maybe like a Darksiders 2, God of War type thing or something. I don't know. That is it. That is a respectable weapon. One that is as big, if not bigger than you are. That's what I'm talking about. That's a guy, dude. What's this? Oh, you know what? Before we go any farther, let's do this. I know who this is. You remember, what was her name? Penry Kell, who wanted us to get the ring for her from the troll? This is the group she belongs to, the Travelers. Let's go ahead and get this started.
My. Is Starcamp being visited by a goddess?
Uh-huh.
Are they all as beautiful as you? Maybe I should slap on a habit and join the mission down the road.
What?
You're in Starcamp, home of the Traveller's Dove. Now, I don't suppose you came here by accident. Ask Dove, asked to join our number. I thought by the look of you that you might. I have a good feeling about you. But some feelings count less around here than they should. I'll send you to the camp's leader, Krilgarin. She'll get you on your way.
You see by the, when you get the quest line each quest line has its own little symbol. Like the main story has this little Weave of Fate looking teardrop thing. The Warsworn have their banner. The Travelers have like 4 banners. And I think it's like the Star, Moon, Sun, and something camp. I don't remember. Anyway, we'll eventually visit them all. But first we'll speak to their leader real quick.
The dust of the road rises to meet you, Wanderer. Welcome to Star Camp. Then Grim has appraised you and found you of worth. But there is another you must appease. Our guide. The anonymous Hierophant. Go to the Hierophant shrine in our camp and pray, as all travelers must. We have many freedoms and one chain. A traveler lives by his or her hands and guile. You must do the same. Trader Haydn sells items to supplement these skills if you need. Travelers have clever hands, but they are useless without the Hierophant, whose eyes guide us, a gift upon which we've come to rely. To receive the Hierophant's visions, we are commanded to pray at their shrines, and there are many who readily comply. I am Krilgarin. I am unfamiliar with the title the Knave of Coins. But as I understand, it grants me responsibility for this camp and its travelers. I know the lands and shadows and winding paths the travelers use. I heed no law or creed of property. For that, I am given leadership. May the road rise to meet you.
In other words, if it's there, it's mine. That's basically their code. Oh, look at that. That's mine. That's it. That's their law. Okay, so she would be like Armand Kristoff in the Thieves Guild in Oblivion. And then the Hierophant would be like the Grey Fox sort of thing. Although the story's a bit different here. It's got a similar feel. Do you see how this looks a bit like Fable? Is it just me? Or is the art style... None of it's copied from Fable. It just carries the same type of feel to it, I guess. Especially places like this with the wagons and stuff around. You remember the gypsy style camps in like Fable 2 and stuff. They looked a bit like this. And wow, everybody's watching me, aren't they? You got this one guy sleeping right here. Yeah, apparently I'm not very sneaky right now. Eventually you get to the point where you can be not too far from people and still be out of their eyesight.
Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you looking to buy items or sell them?
I can sell my stolen stuff now. That's a good thing. You get your inventory clouded up with a bunch of items of questionable ownership. Now we can actually get rid of them. Some of this stuff I'll keep to break down for components. That death notice is, I think, quest related. I'm just hanging on to it just in case.
Always looking to make a bit of coin?
Now, I wonder if you get caught stealing in the Thieves Guild camp, if the guards come to get you. Oh, look at that. Purple items. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hello there.
That makes loot worth looting. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's never mind. Yeah, see, those are might based gloves, and that's fine. The health regen, all that stuff is good, but I'm not trying to sacrifice my other types of damage. Plus, I want to get used to running around with a lighter armor set. Eventually, when we craft our own set and we're using optimal top tier stuff, we'll have a pretty good set anyway. We'll be doing just fine. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we will go back to Warsworn business when we get back here and helping the town get rid of their blood plague. Y'all take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.